Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video, I want to share with you all an overview of the live letter number 24 that came out of the 2-year anniversary broadcast for Final Fantasy XIV. Congratulations on 2 years since the relaunch of A Realm Reborn, and we are now a few months into Heavensward as we're doing this live letter. This live letter is mostly going to cover patch 3.07, which is coming on this Tuesday. What is today? Today's the 22nd? Yeah, 22nd, so what? That's Saturday, 23rd, 24th, the 25th. August 25th. Will be patch 3.07. Going to be some job changes, some changes to crafting and gathering. Mostly speaks about patch 3.1, and there's a few little tidbits in here about 4.0 as well. So let's just dive right into the information. Now, in regards to the adjustments to Astral, again, patch 3.07 this Tuesday will include buffs to the Astral. As stated here, they're going to be getting a buff to their healing, and they're going to be getting adjustments to the duration and effects of their cards. Now, there may be some other changes that aren't mentioned here, but those are the biggest things. They want the cards to feel more impactful, so expect that on Tuesday. Status of the Beginner Hall, which is still a tentative name, and this is basically like the training mode thing they've been talking about. They're not really sure exactly what they want to do with it yet, what kind of training you would have for each job, but expect it probably in patch 3.2. Monk adjustments. Now, Monk, there's a lot of things here that people have been asking about, and in this one they said they're not going to instantly let you reach the maximum amount of stacks of chakra while in battle. So they're going to increase the length of Greased Lightning, and I believe there was one other change that they spoke about. I would have to double check on my notes, but I'm almost positive there was one other effect that they were speaking about here. But listen. Effect duration and effect potency of Greased Lightning. Your Greased Lightning's getting buffed again. I'm pretty sure it got buffed back in 2.1. Now it's getting buffed again in 3.07. So, more damage for monks. Next thing, PvP matching. So we're aware of the comments. So this really just says, currently, they have Grand Company restrictions. In the future, they may consider removing Grand Company restrictions. We did it, Reddit. We did it. Moving on, European Data Center. This is currently planned for mid-October. When the official details come out, expect there to be a 3 to 5 day maintenance as all of the data is moved from one data center to the other. So there will be another announcement about that in the future. But yes, European data centers, all European labeled servers will be put onto that data center, and hopefully less lag for European players. TP bar for party members. This is a big thing. So now under the buff bar where it shows like the 5 buffs on your party member list, it'll actually display a bar with no number value that will show how much TP people in your party have. This is going to be implemented on Tuesday, so expect this to be a very immediate change. Bards, machinists, I'm looking at you. And I'm a ninja, so I guess I have no excuse anymore. Favor adjustments. We're planning to make adjustments in 3.07. Additionally, we're looking at the effect duration. You'll be able to do these in a shorter amount of time. Not really a whole lot of information to go off that. Just expect some buffs to the favor system and the red script system as a whole coming in patch 3.07 this Tuesday. Plans for Land of Housing, just a reiteration of what we said last live letter. They want to make sure that people that aren't logged in, their houses are completely removed. They want to make it so you can move house locations. They want to make it so that the moving feature, we're looking to add more land to existing housing areas or create new housing areas in Ishgard. Things that they said in the last live letter as well. Regarding the Dark Knight Dark Side effect from the job video, they just said that unfortunately in testing it looked unnatural and they adjusted to the one it is currently. Also, there's going to be a point here where they talk about, I don't know, specialist system, Dark Knight's aura effect inside of town. They explained how it's difficult to remove it, but they are looking to make some sort of effect adjustment. Just it's not going to be in the immediate future. Regarding the specialist system, another system of the crafters have kind of just been like, huh, why did you even bother with this? They're making the look they're looking to make, God, it's like 2 a.m. right now, I can't speak. They are looking to make the specialist actions better. And they're also considering adding specialist-only recipes, which honestly, I thought there was going to be those in the first place. It just made sense to me that that was going to be a thing, but they are working on some more adjustments to the specialist system, so just please hang in there, as it says right there. Main scenario progression for 4.0 content. Said you are not currently, they are planning at the very least, you're not going to need to finish 3.55 in order to access 4.0 areas and quests. They're kind of still working on the system, so it's not set in stone yet. But going into 4.0, what they're hoping to do is that if you want to skip all of like 3.0 to 3.55 and just get like a quick digest of it to rush to the next level of content, they're thinking of like adding a digest to it right before you go into the 4.0 story itself. We shouldn't be worrying about this right now, but it is nice to hear since that was a major complaint with 2.55 going into 3.0. Battle-related content. There's things missing from this official translation. I swear there is. There's supposed to be, like, Machinist is getting their quick reload cooldown reduced, and Dark Knights are supposed to be having changes to Blood Weapon, so that way their TP when they are off-tanking isn't drained as fast. So, on top of the Monk and Astrologian brief changes they mentioned, expect those as well. Battle-related content. So the 2 new hard mode dungeons, these are fogging up. I'm just going to take these off. 2 new hard mode dungeons. Saint Mokion Arboretum. I don't know. I probably butchered that. Whatever. And Pharaoh Sirius hard mode. Didn't see that one coming. Seems the kobolds have taken it over. But yeah, Pharaoh Sirius hard mode. That's going to be a thing. Oh, and also now the high-level roulette, the level 50 dungeons, like Pharaoh Sirius Normal, for example, will give experience points. That should speed up the leveling process, or at least give some variety or a reason to do the high-level roulette once a day. New Alliance Raid Dungeon, its name was revealed. It is currently titled the Void Ark. I should have just left these off. My eyes are, like, completely destroyed because it's so late. New Alliance Raid Dungeon, Void Ark. That is the new 24-man raid. It is similar to Crystal Tower in a sense that, you know, it's going to be expanded upon on 3.1, 3.3, 3.5. It's an enormous airship-like structure, and it is indeed the airship that you've been seeing in the Sea of Clouds. And it's also going to have a loot system similar to the... what's it called? The World of Darkness. And it is going to be similar to World of Darkness in the sense it's going to be 3 tanks, 6 healers, and 15 DPS. So look forward to the Void Ark. Looking forward to figuring out what the heck is going on there. They also had a little image of Kate Sith. So expect Kate Sith to make an appearance here in the Void Ark. That doesn't surprise me too much. Final Fantasy XI had a lot of voidish things that involved Kate Sith. Actually, that was more time travel, but we'll get into that in another video. There's going to be new main scenario quests. There's going to be side story quests for St. Endelum Scholasticate, which was something that I believe you had to find a book for or something. And it's going to lead into this new set of side story quests. No mention of Hildebrand, but we know that they said they were working on adding Hildebrand at some point. I guess we'll just have to wait till 3.2 to see what the good inspector has been up to. New Beast Tribe quests. Also, 3.1 going to be the Vanu Vanu. They were originally kind of stressed, not sure if they were going to do one or both. But it seems like we're going to get the Vanu Vanu in 3.1 and the Nath in 3.15. So hopefully that just means we get the dance soon. I think that just means they understood we wanted the dance sooner rather than later. What else do we have here? Battle-related content. A new primal battle will be added. We're keeping the details a secret for now, but there are some tips regarding this in the Rising event coming later, so please look forward to it. In another interview, he said he couldn't really talk about the Singularity Reactor Extreme or Singularity Reactor Hard Mode, whatever they end up calling it. So considering that the Wandering Minstrel has a heavy influence on the Rising event, and that's probably going to be the primal they're talking about, I just assume that this is really just a hint towards Singularity Reactor, Hard or Extreme, or whatever they want to call it. When participating in an undersized party, we'll be making it so the clear time is displayed. I guess that's for like a time attack kind of thing. I'm not really sure. We'll be starting with the new weapon upgrade system, either in 3.1 or 3.15. So, Relic Weapon, if it's not ready by 3.1, it'll be ready in 3.15. Quick reminder, 3.05 is 1 month after 3.0. So you never know, it could be as little as a month after 3.1. Give us time to enjoy some of the other crazy stuff they concocted, which you'll be seeing here in a few minutes. Next up, we have the Airship Exploration Voyage. This is the extension of the current Free Company airship system, where you're going to be able to take your airship, I'm looking at you, the HMS Dankstar, out to uncharted islands to fight extremely powerful monsters. Multiple parties can explore the islands at the same time, and as opposed to defeating like one big boss or defeating, you know, like a few sets of bosses, you're going to be attacking large sets of strong monsters. The official translation said that these monsters will probably be between levels 80 and 90. Yeah. So, Dynamis, basically. That's what I'm reading into it. Gathering nodes will also be available, so once the island is secured by the battle team, gatherers will be able to gather items to take back to your free company and do with them whatever. I have no idea what they have planned for those specific items. And also, by the way, if you're not part of a free company, there's actually going to be an airship landing in Ishgard that can take you to these islands if you want to participate in the content without being in a free company. So don't worry if you're not in a free company. You will not be gated out of this content, or if you're in a small free company, there will be means by which you can actually participate in the content. So no worries there. Gold saucer related content. I can't believe they took an April Fool's joke and made it a real thing. So back in April 1st of this year, they teased something called the Lords of... It was a minion battle system in the Wolf's Den they showed, and they called it a spin-off on the Lords of Verminion card game. This is Lords of Verminion, and it is basically like an RTS battle system where you use minions and attempt to take on an opponent 1 versus 1. It's StarCraft. It's a shitty version of StarCraft, but it's StarCraft, basically. Or maybe, I guess if they're minions, maybe it'll be more like Warcraft where you have the one champion. Who the hell knows? The point is, it's an RTS PvP system in the Gold Saucer where you battle with minions. I'm not even kidding. Oh, man. And by the way, it just says that you don't necessarily need the super rare minions in order to win. I'm curious to see if different minions do have different stats or different abilities as a whole. There's also going to be a rating system for matchmaking. Now, they specifically mentioned in the live letter itself during the live translation that they're going to be using a system here that they plan to implement for the Wolf's Den 2.0, which is supposed to be planned for 3.2 currently, originally planned for 3.1. Now, all of the features lumped together are planned for 3.2. So it's basically going to take your rank and matchmake you against other people of a similar strength as you. That way they're decent matches. You're not just pub stomping people, pretty much. But that's a big thing for the Gold Saucer. There's also going to be new triple Triad cards. There's going to be new NPCs to challenge. There's going to be some adjustments to Chocobo racing. So expect a lot more out of the Gold Saucer as a whole. There's a few other things that they may not mention here. Here's the triple Triad ones. Adjustments to Chocobo racing. The amount of MGP. They're looking to increase the amount of MGP in circulation. Good. Upcoming features will be adding a Gold Saucer category to the challenge log, which, by the way, means that you can earn extra MGP doing your challenge log. This may get people back into Chocobo racing, doing Triple Triad a little bit more, maybe even playing the little mini games, participating in the Gold Saucer type updates such as Lords of Verminion. Just expect things like that. More MGP, basically. So if you're looking to save up for stuff from the Gold Saucer, expect that to be a little bit easier after patch 3.1. New crafting recipes. Also in the process of making existing ground mounts into flying mounts. They showed off the Bomb Parlequin mount as well as the Ariman mount. But they may also, of course, they've been talking about getting Kieran, the primal ponies, in the air, as well as a bunch of other ones. So expect a lot more than just those 2 mounts. Company and housing related features. House sharing feature will be adding a system that will allow you to give furnishing and gardening rights to 5 people if you're choosing. That is specifically there, by the way. That includes your eternally bonded partner. So you'll basically be able to use this house sharing feature in order to actually share your house with your eternally bonded partner. If you decide, you can have up to 4 other people give furnishing or gardening rights to them, but it'll basically make private houses a little bit more open, even maybe making small families in a sense. I don't really know if that makes sense, but you know what I mean. Just like a small community are based around a private house. Interior lighting feature for different effects, so just in time for Halloween, everyone's going to make the spooky houses, so spooky. Renaming free companies and removal of inactive houses. Now, there was a few more things that they mentioned that don't really seem to be here. I'm going to take a quick cut, pull up my notes, and see if there's anything that I need to mention real quick that's not mentioned here. Alright, so I pulled up my official notes here, and there's just a few other things that it looks like they forgot to mention. The red script gathering, specifically they said they wanted to make it roughly 3 times as many red scripts you could gather. Whether that means 3 times more nodes, so that way you can get your red script caps quicker, or 3 times as many red scripts, which I sincerely doubt will be what they actually decide to go with. That is also planned for patch 3.07. Quick reload, the beginner's hall, EU data centers, what else we got here? I feel like there's a few. That's right. When they were talking about 4.0, they talked about developing this new skills that are being developed for 4.0. And I immediately looked at my keyboard and went, fuck. We don't know if that really just means they're adding more skills as opposed to maybe adjusting old ones or replacing old ones. I don't know. I don't want any more buttons to press, please. I don't want to have to start actually using my Alt key, and let's be honest, nobody really does. Also, the party bonus shows in the social tab when you're in a party in patch 3.07. Just a small little thing. Let's see, anything else we missed here? Similar to CT, the new Primal Battle, Airship Exploration System. Gatherers and crafters will play a role here. There's going to be time trials for the undersized parties. That was them when they said when you go in with the undersized, it'll keep track of your time. Then we have Verminion, the new weapon upgrade system. They also showed a picture of the Dark Knight Astrologian and Machinist new relic type weapons. So expect expect those to be there. I mean, everyone's going to have a new relic weapon when this new system comes out. Really interested in seeing what they ultimately decide to do with it. I feel like I'm missing things here. Oh, here it is. Equip multiple pieces with the try-on option. Multi-slot items can now be glamored. That means like the original Odin piece, the chocobo suit, the deer outfit, like all those things, the ghost outfit should be glamourable in patch 3.1. So keep that in mind. Keybind text commands can be used to change into individual gear sets. I don't know what that means outside of just making it easier to not need to go into your menu, which it wasn't hard before to do, so I don't understand. A new party finder thing for hunts is going to be implemented. Don't have Bismarck and Ravana yet, but sure, just put the hunts in the party finder right now. And also, by the way, Bismarck and Ravana Extreme will be in the duty finder in patch 3.1. That was it for the part 1 of the 3.1 preview. They just then reminded people Moonfire Fair is going on right now. The Rising, the 2-year anniversary event, starts next year. Before the fall, the album on sale August 26th. There's going to be a Ravana Battle Challenge at PAX Prime. I'm going to be there. There's going to be a panel with Soken and Koji at PAX Prime. And also TGS Saturday, September 19th to Sunday, September 20th. There should be some more information coming out of that as well. Overall, not a bad live letter. A lot of people were excited for a lot of the things we saw. They covered a lot of basic questions, Astral Ocean buffs, you know, the new quests. They showed us the new 24-man raid, or at least a quick preview of it. So overall, I'd say it was a pretty good live letter. Let me know what you think in the comment section of the video below. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned for all the latest Final Fantasy XIV information, nudes? I'm leaving that in. No, we don't have nudes here. News, we're leaving that in. Information, news, guides, lore, all that stuff, but no nudes here. Sorry for the false expectations. I will see you all in the next video where I will have clothes on. Until then, take care.